So this is it, folks. The finale is next week and Michelle is down to 2 men. One who always wears orange trunks and one who always wears blue. And while we are right at the end and we may have an idea on who we think Michelle is going to pick, a few questions still remain. Namely, will Michelle be proposed to and will she say yes? So, for the last time this season, it's time to take a look at the latest preview and see what we can spot. And even though we are right at the end, please, no posting any outright spoilers in the comment section below, and as per usual, a link to the full preview is in the description.
Michelle's journey of love comes to a dramatic conclusion.
I found my forever person, and all I think about is sharing my life with her.
And there it is. The first time Nayte won't be wearing orange swim trunks, and the shot that we used to figure out that Nayte was likely in the final 2. I wonder if it dawned on Nayte that being in orange swim trunks all season might not be a good look, or if he didn't know that they needed swim trunks on their date, and this guy was like, oh, we got an extra pair in the back you can wear. Cause if so, this guy is a total bro. Really helped us out. So this is going to be the first part of the final date with Michelle and Nayte. Traditionally, the finale dates are split up into 3 parts. A 2-parter date, like a normal one-on-one with a day portion and a night/dinner portion, as well as a sit-down with the lead's family that takes place on a separate day, usually before that final one-on-one date, so they can talk about whatever potential drama unfolded while meeting mom and dad. And there does look to be some potential drama there, so let's keep going.
There's nothing else I want more in the world than Michelle. I don't want to go through life without you.
My concern is that you would become a jealous person.
I am very ready to get down on one knee.
Oh, are you? Well, Brandon has worn Michelle's dad's swim trunks already, so I think he's a few steps ahead of you. Now, there's more of Michelle's mom's opinion of Nayte ahead in the preview, but here, we're seeing Michelle's dad Ephraim calling Brandon a jealous person. In past previews, they made it look like Ephraim was talking about Nayte, but here we can see him in the same outfit, talking with Brandon. And usually, the sit-downs with mom and dad take place on different days. Like, check out Peter's folks here with sweet angel Hannah Ann, and then the next day with the demon spawn Madison who made them wait a bit and was totally rude or something. So unless they do both meetings on the same day for some reason, this potentially jealous person that Michelle's dad is talking about will be Brandon, who here is in the other shot we used to figure out that Brandon was likely in the final 2. In case you missed it or are new to these videos, both Nayte and Brandon were seen on 2 different dates in 2 different outfits in Mexico. And with there only being 2 episodes taking place in Mexico, Fantasy Suites and the finale, it pretty much had to be just these 2 at the end. But let's continue.
I'm not sure you're 100% in. Do you feel like he's ready for engagement? To be honest, no.
Okay, pausing here to point out, sort of like with Michelle's dad and Brandon, when Michelle's mom says she doesn't think someone's ready for an engagement, she's in the same outfit from her sit-down with Nayte. And the story of whether or not Nayte is ready for an engagement will continue into the finale and likely be the driving narrative for the episode to ramp up the stakes and get us questioning if Nayte will be the pick or if he'll even propose. But we also have to be a bit careful here, because we never actually see Michelle's mom say the words "I don't think Nayte is ready for an engagement" outright. We literally only see her mouth the word "no." That's it. So while she might express concerns about how ready Nayte is, and yes, she might also say she doesn't think he's ready for an engagement, it's also possible we land somewhere in the middle, with concerns being expressed, but ultimately mom and dad saying that they trust and support whatever decision Michelle makes. And Michelle's folks strike me as the kind of parents that would say something like that. But hey, remember when we first met Peter's parents and swooned over them? Remember that? Oh, what a time. Things can change, I guess, but I don't think that's going to be the case with Michelle's folks. And it's pretty common for these previews to maximize the parental drama. I guess we'll see when the episode airs. Moving on.
I deserve to be in a relationship where someone loves me as much as I love them.
Here I am, madly in love with you, and it is terrifying.
Okay, so here we have the final rose ceremony location. And I'm really wondering, is this low-key the same location as the Paradise finale? Did they just reuse it for Michelle's season? Like, this looked really familiar to me. I don't know, you tell me if there's a similarity here. And I mean, even if it's not the exact same location, it'd make sense that the 2 locales look similar, considering the hotel that Michelle and the guys were staying at, as seen last episode, is only a 20-minute drive from the Bachelor in Paradise filming location. But otherwise, the only other thing I really want to talk about in this segment is Nayte saying, "Here I am, madly in love with you," and it's terrifying. Cause as I see it, Michelle is looking for every excuse to pick Nayte at this point. The only apprehension she had was whether or not he was on the same page as her. But if he's going into the finale saying he's so in love with her, to me, that's game over. Barring something wild happening, of course. But the preview doesn't seem to indicate that something like that will take place. Rather, we're likely getting one of the more traditional Bachelor-style endings that we've seen in a long time, as we'll see ahead.
There's nobody else in this world who I'd rather give my heart to.
This could be it for me.
Alright, pausing here to point out both Brandon and Nayte in their final rose ceremony outfits. And hey, looks like we were right last week that the shot they threw into the preview of Nayte getting ready was actually him dressing for the final rose ceremony. But what I want to point out here is that these two shots seem to indicate that we'll be seeing both men show up at the end, thus the more traditional Bachelor ending. As in most of the recent seasons, the lead has decided to break up with their final two pick before we got to the ending. This happened with Katie, happened with Matt, happened with Tayshia, and happened with Claire and everyone but Dale. The last time we saw a final two rose ceremony breakup was with Hannah Brown and Tyler C. In fact, this whole season has been a lot more traditional in that way, apart from there not being a 2-on-1. But alright, we're at the end of the end now, so let's finish this preview off.
It's the shocking conclusion you'll never expect.
This is the hardest decision I've ever made.
And there it is, the end of Michelle's season, and the end of this preview. And here, Michelle is asking herself the same question I do while reaching for that extra slice of pizza I don't need: what am I doing?
Rest in pizza.
Now, with the knowledge that Brandon and Nayte will likely both be showing up to the final rose ceremony, my instinct is that Michelle is saying "what am I doing" because she's about to break up with Brandon. The quote-unquote safe pick, as he's been so outright, no questions asked, all in on Michelle for a few episodes now. Which leaves Nayte, who last episode ultimately said that he was ready for an engagement. But the question is, when it comes down to it, with the Neil Lane ring in front of him and the final rose ceremony location on the beach, will he actually be prepared to get down on one knee? My feeling? Yes. Or at least, whatever happens, like if I'm wrong and she picks Brandon, Michelle is going to be proposed to. We've talked about this in past preview breakdowns, but remember this footage from one of the season previews?
If I get to the end of this and he's not all in, I will be heartbroken.
This is a fake out that the Bachelor editors have used before. The moment where it looks like she's devastated, but actually she's being proposed to. They did this same fake out with Tayshia, and someone even sleuthed out that the crying sound effect that they used was actually a soundbite from Katie's season. And I believe the reason that they're faking us out here is to throw us off the scent that in the end, Michelle is getting engaged. And I think it's to Nayte. So that's it for this final preview breakdown for Michelle's season and the Bachelorette finale. Thanks for joining me through all the sleuthing, and there's even more to come with Clayton's season that looks, well, messy. So be sure to subscribe for that, and give the video a like if you enjoyed it. See you all for the 3-hour finale of Michelle's season next week, and until next video, Bachelor Fantake, out.
Here I am, madly in love with you, and it is terrifying.
There's nobody else in this world who I'd rather give my heart to.
This could be it for me. Rest in pizza.